Good morning, beautiful friends. Hello.
Good morning.
Toni, Wendy, Kai, sweethearts. Beautiful to see you. So I'm totally enjoying my free time and the highest excitement is playing out like just meeting friends and sharing. Um, and of course, also sharing about the unknown, about no separation, about the booming aliveness. And not even because actually this booming aliveness is completely free. And so, sweethearts, I'm totally happy you to boom out with your beautiful stories, no matter what's coming up. Um, Also, like maybe having an impulse and sharing examples like why is it so empty, or why is it so full, or what is it, or why is it so unknown? And of course, there is no, here's this question why already stopped for a long time, so to say. I love to say the saying in German, Warum ist die Banane krumm? Why is the banana Kai? What is krumm?
Hmm.
Unmute, unmute.
Ich weiß nicht. Ich weiß nicht.
Krumm, krumm.
Was ist das?
Why is
Krumm.
the banana not straight but
Carl.
Oh, crooked, crooked,
crooked?
crooked.
Okay.
Yeah, crooked.
So there is this question like, like naming this a stupid question. Mom, why is the banana krumm? Like, how is this called crooked? Okay. And then simply there is no answer to this. The banana is the banana is. So the question here, why? Well, the answer is always going to be why not? This is fucking free to be exactly as it is already, no matter what. Yeah, sweetheart. This is the short booming intro here. And I would say, here we go. And I want to start actually, Kai. We had a
Okay.
beautiful chat yesterday,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you were in a way curious about what?
Yes, I was inspired last Saturday when Tony talked about the collapse. That really resonated with me. I was wondering if Tony, you could maybe talk more about that because it really resonated a lot with me. Yeah.
Yes. Beautiful. But I don't remember I don't remember what I really said about the collapse. But well, something is going to well, first of all, we are sharing the unknown, no? And the
Yeah.
unknown is all there is. All there is unknown, no? And all there
Mm.
is this. And all there is this. We don't need to say that it's not a concept. It's not needed to say each time, but all there is this, is not an idea, is not a concept, is not a thing. Of course it's not. Of course it's not. We don't have to repeat in order to advise the others or yourself, in order not to be misled, or in order to know all there is this, and stop,
Full
stop,
stop, full stop.
full stop. Of course it's not a concept. Of course. Come on. No. But all there is this. And the collapse. When happened the collapse? Never, never has been a collapse, because never has been something to collapse, because always has been like this. But on the other hand, I could say, thinking in Tony when he was 30, 40, 50, yes, he really, if there's something there, it seemed to be a seeker. It seemed to be someone who was uh, longing for the completeness. Yes, yes, but it's forgotten. I don't remember. I have to do an effort to to imagine this guy, this young guy, or not so young, that thought that something was lacking. I have forgotten because even this is included, no?
Beautiful,
Even
beautiful, Tony. It's simply gone. It's hard.
yeah,
I'm completely with you. I was also kind of talking about this in the chat with Uli, and I remembered how it was like just fiction, just talking fiction. It was really
yes,
like what it's unbelievable. Like
yes,
everything I'm going to say is already fiction. It's a story.
yes.
So yeah, I totally I'm with you. Yeah.
Beautiful movies. No, this Tony longing, wanting to fall in love because the love was the only thing that was absolutely mysterious, magic, and horror, and
Like driven in a
always
way with the love. With the love, you mean also like this love relating, yeah? Like man,
yes,
yeah,
romantic love.
same here,
Yes,
same here. I felt in a way drawn to this. I don't know, Kai, you're nodding.
Oh,
I
sure.
really,
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah.
I felt really drawn to like exactly maybe becoming complete. Me and then the partner, like the oneness. And this was exactly so different characters. Some characters don't give a shit. They're completely into wanting to become one with their business or with their
Yeah.
money or with
Yeah.
their mountains or with whatever, so it's different, but here it's also like this romantic thing, this relating
yes,
thing,
yes,
exactly
yes.
what you're saying. Yeah, sweetheart,
Yes,
go.
the the soulmate,
Yeah,
no? The
beautiful,
soulmate,
beautiful,
and
beautiful.
even Platon has.
Platon, yeah, yeah,
Oh, he speaks about this bowl, and in one moment is split in
yeah,
two,
yeah.
and one half has have to find the other
Ah,
half in order to be
beautiful,
complete.
yeah.
So beautiful.
Beautiful
All
stories,
the
right?
stories,
And in a way,
no?
and in a way, look, and in a way, we simply we are confronted with stories as a child, an
Yeah,
adult, and teenager, and then some story totally resonate. It's like, yeah, exactly this. I'm actually looking the whole time for completion in form and shape of my soulmate. Whatever this means. And it's so beautiful. Yeah, sweetheart.
so beautiful. And the stories, the more crazy love, the more I love. For example, the Werther from Goethe, so romantic, so crazy.
Der Werther von Goethe. Von Goethe.
Yes,
Goethe, der Werther. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Goethe.
yeah, 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 yeah. Okay.
Oh, I love this,
Mm,
and I love Anna Karenina and Madame Bovary. Of these stories of suffering,
mm.
suffering. Oh, it's
Oh.
so beautiful, the suffering and the craziness.
So,
But it's absolutely futile, futile.
but
No,
here is still, sorry for interrupting. Here is still
no,
the love, exactly this state, this preference here, like no matter how crazy experiences I have, so I'm alone. I'm alone. All one, I call it. I'm completely satisfied, full, bursting, full, nothing is lacking. Nevertheless, no matter what shit I've experienced with so-called partner, here is a total openness. And I would always go for a so-called partnership, relation. Innocently so, not because there is a need for this, but because it's just juicy, just to being with someone means for me full on booming aliveness. Brrrr, collision, loving, whatever is popping up. So this is not just like, oh, beautiful, yeah, sweetheart, being polite, businesslike, taking care of the children, functioning very good. No, no, no. This is it's like two booming free characters coming together, no matter what. And this is for me still Tony. I go for it. When you go and say, I love love stories, I'm with you, sweetheart. I'm totally with you.
And on the one hand, no, there's no collapse. There never has been any collapse at all. But on the other hand, this Tony that was always looking for something to complete him, something to be whole, because he was not perfect enough, he was not complete. That has collapsed. Yes, I don't know
This has
how,
collapsed.
I don't
Yeah.
know when, but
Beautiful.
it's not already, it's not here, because
So in a way
yes,
we can say simply like now it plays differently.
yes,
So beliefs, ideas, whatever simply come and go.
oh,
No, it's just like the
yes,
porridge example. Eating
example,
for breakfast is porridge for 10 years may simply 10 years is too much, but maybe for 2 years may simply collapse into eating in the morning eggs and cheese and bacon. I don't know. But yeah, exactly, sweetheart. So there is simply like everything is coming and going, shifting. Hi, sweetheart.
Yeah, I've become a lover of collapse. Yeah, really,
wow.
not a
Share,
joke.
share, sweetheart.
In my earlier days, oh, that was the thing I was really afraid of, the collapse, when everything collapses, the romance collapses, the job, whatever it is, my expectations. And now it's like I love the collapse.
Go on,
I love it
sweetheart,
when the
share.
whole fabrication. I love it when the whole fabrication collapses.
Goes
You know,
boom.
it's
When the whole
yeah,
fabrication goes boom. This
total
is
boom. Yeah, total,
totally,
total.
sweetheart,
Yeah.
totally, totally. Same here, same here. Wendy, can you go
Uh-huh.
with us? Do you also love the collapse?
Yes, I love the collapse. I've been enjoying the hell out of the collapse. Boom.
Beautiful, sweetheart. So why do we love the collapse? Why not? But Kai, go on. What's coming up there? You want to share a story? What did recently collapse, sweetheart, here? You want to share?
Oh God, my whole life is full of collapse, but it's great. Not really.
Look how joyful he is. Look at this smile.
Yeah.
It seems as if the collapse is the most joyful thing ever.
Absolutely, absolutely. But going to the romantic thing, actually, for me, there was a movie by Kieslowski. I don't know, maybe somebody knows Kieslowski, the filmmaker. He's not living anymore. Tony,
Polish from Poland.
Polish, yeah, yeah. He made a film called The Double Life of Veronica, La Double Vie de Véronique. You know,
I
doesn't
haven't
you
seen
didn't see
it.
it? Now that is a romance, but it's so sublime. It's like my idea of romance. I mean, totally sublime.
Oh, Kai, you
Totally
have to
sublime.
please message this to me. I will try to
Okay.
watch it. So normally I'm not watching any movies because I'm simply with you the whole time, guys. So when I have
Okay.
free time, my preference is to be with you and listen to your stories. So I'm not going and watching movies. This is better than a movie.
La
But
double vie de Véronique.
yeah, look at this French. Kai is speaking perfectly
Double
French,
vie
by
de
the way.
Véronique.
Double
Exactement.
vie de la Véronique. Oh, what a beauty. I love it already.
Yes, I'm going to watch. Yes,
Okay.
yes. Yeah.
Sure,
And
Kai, continue.
Yeah,
tell.
it's a very mystical movie. It's very mystical. It's a mystical romance, and that's my favorite. That's my favorite. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
The true romance has, so to speak, all levels, absolutely mystical or spiritual and metaphysic, but at the same
Oh,
time,
excellent.
absolutely
Grounded on the
grounded
bottom.
with the flesh. You
Totally,
know the
totally.
Shakespeare sonnets, and they are very beautiful, and they have very different levels of understanding. No, they speak about this union, this link about the spirit and the soul, but at the same time, they speak in other levels, even at the sexual, even genital level, all the levels. It's beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful
Yeah.
poetry, true
Yeah,
poetry.
beautiful. You are, I noticed just that in a way Kai is actually for me an artist, so to say. He's very, very creative. He has done a lot, not only his recent book, The Art of Being, but also like he shared with me, he has done a lot of like he did movies by himself, art movies. And like also Tony is also very creative, like with poetry, reading a lot, and like also with dancing, music, and also I know your children, they're also very creative. So in a way, it's funny to see that I totally resonate with such characters here, innocently so. Because in a way, for me, I can remember when he was this on the rocks time, when Rosa was just like having no energy for anything, but just simply, I was privileged, so to say. My parents were simply taking care of me. I had to do nothing. And the only thing I did was actually to travel around and just to see the beauty around me, like to go to art galleries the whole time, to visit places. Like amazing. And for me, it was just like I was simply the silent observer of art. So he was the energy lacking to make sense of anything. I wasn't able to function in this life, but I was able to absorb the beauty of whatever came. And this is in a way for me, I'm just in love with whatever is arising. And now, of course, now the energy is there. It's that's why very booming because in a way that's the game now. There is an apparent interaction happening. Like first there was no interaction, so to say, a very a very limited, a very passive interaction. And now
Yeah.
there is just like whoa, yeah, sweetheart.
Yeah. But as you say, a lot of times, everything is art, no? And everything is creativity.
Yeah,
And even a landscape, for example, not exuberant, not wild, even apparently dry and boring, but intense. And the same with characters. No, these people that moves very little movements and a lot of silence, but plenty of energy, or even simply without energy. But that's art also, no? In a little movement,
absolutely.
there's everything in this little answer. This voice, bam, it's everything, everything, and
It's just a
everything.
beautiful unknown symphony. It's like
Absolutely,
everything is already perfect on its place. Like here, the four of us together, whatever. This is just perfection already without knowing what this is. And of course, we can say this is a Zoom, four friends, Zooming, talking. And it's not. It's not.
I do string art.
Wendy, what? Come again?
I do string art.
So it's what?
String art. My last one was over 2,000 nails, and they get quite intricate. I'll have to someday.
I haven't. I have to understand what this is. May someone help me?
I do geometry, and I do it. I pull it together with nails. I make the design out of the nails, and then I use the string and thread design.
Okay, you have to, sweetheart, you have to show me an example, okay?
Yes. Well, I'll show the board right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
I haven't finished at the nails.
Okay, show me. I'm curious now. I want to see.
Can you see it?
Ah, oh, okay, 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 okay. So it's with nails,
Oh yeah, lots of.
and then in a way you were okay, and you were okay, okay.
Yes, I have done quite a few. I'll show you some pictures one day.
Okay, sweetheart, beautiful. Yeah, nice. Beautiful. Kai, sweetheart, do you want to share what you shared yesterday actually with me? I was impressed about how we came to the synchronicity, the so-called synchronicity of how in a way life plays out absolutely fantastic, like stunningly amazing, where in a way we are sometimes shocked how this can actually happen. And maybe then it gets very obvious that there is no one running the show, that this is just like an unknown game, and it's just like, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I have one. I've had many amazing experiences of synchronicity. One was when I was living, for a short time, I was living in Sitges near Barcelona. I was living there, and
Beautiful,
and
beautiful village.
yeah, it is. It is. I actually lived in Barcelona for a short time, but then I wanted to, yeah, just be close to Barcelona, but enjoy, you know, the atmosphere of a small town by the sea. And Sitges was great. I loved it. I spent about a year and a half in Sitges. And anyway, but when I was living there, I started thinking of a friend of mine. I have an old friend from Canada. When we were, you know, like in our 20s, we hung around together. It's a woman, but there were three of us. We hung out a lot together in those days. And then for some reason, I lost contact with her, so I didn't even have her phone number or her email anymore. I was very strange. Like for quite a few years, bastante años, no tuvimos contacto entre nosotros. But she was like on my mind. It was very strange. Like for 2 3 days, you know, she was just on my mind, you know, on my mind. And then and then one day I'm just walking in Barceloneta in Barcelona, and I bump into her. I bump into her.
Ah, that happens. Synchronicity.
And that was like, that blew me away. I mean, that really blew me away. How the universe orchestrates things. It's just amazing, amazing, you know, just amazing.
Kai,
And
sweetheart,
of course,
I would love you to share also like more or less in a nutshell, not only in a nutshell, like what you shared yesterday with me with your movies, art movies. And maybe also I would love to see one of your movies, as we said, and like how you in a way now was confronted actually with again this thing like how they got lost without knowing and found. Do you want to share this? This is a beautiful story.
yeah, so I was very passionate about making like kind of art films, experimental films, you know, in my earlier days.
About what?
And I was,
About what, sweetheart? What is the
oh,
topic?
just about, you know, it was just like about, the films were often about nothing or about, I mean, no kind of normal story really. Just they were either just images, or then I don't know. One film was about the inner life of this person who ends up going to the psychoanalyst.
Okay.
And then another, and then the film, the one that I mentioned to you, which I showed in Budapest, that was a film where there are two
Your favorite.
I
This
hired.
was your favorite movie, yeah?
Yeah, it's about it's a mythical film where the woman, they're like these kind of I don't know, Jungian archetypes, or I don't know, these archetypal female figures played by the same woman, and she undergoes this transformation. But I don't want to say too much, but it's like, you know, archetypes, mythology, poetry.
Wow.
Um,
Amazing.
Wow,
yeah.
sounds
Anyway.
great.
Yeah, amazing. I'm very curious to see this, but go on, sweetheart.
Yes, me too.
Yeah. So basically, yeah, I made, yeah, these short films back in the day, and then um, yeah, I had them all in a couple of boxes, and then what happened was, when there was well, when my parents passed away, actually my films were in a box at their house, and then me and my sister, we had to, you know, empty the my parents' place, and then I didn't even know, but I knew only later that so basically, a lot of stuff was thrown out of that apartment, but I didn't realize until much later that a big box full of my
Yeah.
films was also thrown in the garbage, in
Yeah.
la basura.
So
mis
you had no clue.
películas.
So you had no clue the whole time that
No,
in a way
no,
those movies were not where you thought they are. And
no,
yeah,
I
how
had no
how
clue.
how did you came to to
Yes,
know it?
so years later, I just get an email, an email from somebody, um, and saying, I hope you are Kai because, I found your films. I found a box of your films in a flea market, and I bought, the films in the box in a flea market, un mercado de, ¿cómo se llama en español? Marché de puces.
Mercado Libre.
Mercado Libre, sí. And so he wrote to me and just wanted to find out if if this person whose name was on the box actually exists. And of course I did exist. And then, so this was like 5 years ago. And then I was still living in Spain then. I was living in Mallorca, but then I moved to Finland shortly after. And then I contacted him again, and then we finally met. And nos hemos encontrado. And he's a collector, of films, just films that he finds wherever, maybe in a flea market or in wherever. And then he comes out of his apartment building, with this box of films that he found of mine, La Caja de mis películas. And then we just have a conversation for a while, and then finally I ask him, oh, do you think I could buy the films back from you? Could I buy them back from you? And he said, look, forget it. I paid almost nothing. Here you go. Here you go. Here you have your films. And then 1 year later, and a curator contacts me, un
Wait a sec,
curador.
Kai, wait a sec, sweetheart. Tony, are you okay, the connection with Tony. Just wait a moment. I just saw that he is frozen.
He's
Okay,
frozen.
there he is. Tony, sweetheart. Oh, it's cool. Tony is their double now. I love it. Wow. Sweetheart,
My,
did you
my,
get?
my computer has
Yeah,
collapsed.
I
My
saw
mobile.
perfection, perfection. So here, one
So
point,
Collapsing.
one point. Kai, when you mentioned here in the
yeah,
story, like in a way, he simply wanted to check if Kai exists, and you said,
yeah.
yeah, of course, and I of course existed. No, sweetheart, you're not existing already. Just,
Nice.
just, just as a quick in between. But Tony, so what did you get? The final stuff. What did you get?
Well, the final, I don't know. The final part, I haven't
But
get.
until when? Did you get when the book?
Until the guy said he has bought the box.
Okay, okay, Kai. From then
Yeah,
on, so Kai wanted
yeah.
to
So
give him money. He wanted to give him money for the box.
yeah, so finally, I was able to meet the guy because he was living in Helsinki, and I came back to Finland to live in Helsinki after living in Spain. And then, yeah, so we met, and then he came out from his place and with the box, and then we had a short conversation. And then finally, I asked him, "Do you think I could buy the films back from you? Buy them back?" And then he said, "Look, forget it. I paid almost nothing. Here you go. You can have the films." And
Oh,
then un año después, un curador me llama, a curator calls me, art curator, film curator, and he
yes.
said, I saw your films at this guy, the collector guy's place, the guy that found your films. I saw some of your films at his place, and I thought they were interesting. Could we meet in my atelier in Helsinki and go through all of your films, watch all of them together? And then we met, after
So in
some
order,
time. And
this guy was in a way, like how is it called? Like a what is this guy?
yeah,
He is,
he's like a curator, producer,
yeah.
artist,
So,
curator,
and he is in a way
productor, curador.
looking for nice videos, and then of course
Yeah,
showing them somewhere.
yeah.
So in a way, this
So
was
he
the
does that.
approach just with you, like you are the artist, so to say,
Yeah, I'm the
checking the
artist, so he
videos.
wanted to see
Yeah,
he wanted to see all my work, and
yeah.
then of course he saw my films that day when we met at the atelier, and then he wrote an article about me and my work, and which was published in a book about Finnish audiovisual art. and then
Finnish
you
audiovisual
know,
art. Okay, okay, yeah.
Finnish audiovisual, yeah. Arte audiovisual finlandese.
Uh-huh.
And then he arranged because all these connections with curators at film festivals. So he finally arranged that my films are shown in 2 film festivals in Rotterdam, uh, Netherlands, in Rotterdam, and then also a film festival in Finland. And that was last year, el año pasado.
Yes.
So they
Beautiful, beautiful.
they paid they paid my flight and everything, hotel to go to Rotterdam and show
So,
my
and in a
films,
way,
and then also
of course, they invite you as the artist to come
yeah yeah
and
yeah
to,
yeah.
okay, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah.
But it was just kind of what makes this whole thing so strange is and surreal is because I was sure my films would never be shown anywhere. I accepted that they were just, some films I made a long time ago. It was the past, that was the past, nobody's ever going to see them. But then the universe, el universo, had
Yes,
other
yes,
ideas.
yes, 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 yes. Wow, the
Beautiful.
So
mystery,
that's the
the
story.
magic, everything is synchronicity, and everything is,
Yeah,
of course,
yeah,
interconnected, and we know
yeah,
nothing what is going to happen. And wow, and
yeah,
sometimes we think, wow, that's significant, that's meaningful. It's going, and nothing happens. And other times we boom don't see anything, and boom, suddenly, wow. Beautiful things are happening, connecting, and speaking about the same thing that you were thinking of. Nan, I'm wondering what's it from? And there's an apparent answer. No?
But isn't
Uh,
isn't this isn't this an amazing story? Like, look,
ah,
last year he went to Rotterdam, and I guess it was not a small like whatever it's called, audition. So I guess it was big.
it's a big event, it's a big event, Rotterdam Festival. It's a big event. Yeah.
Yeah, and
It's
also
like,
like
yeah, yeah.
the other one. Kai, how did you feel like? Was there in a way a sense of being special?
I felt like I felt that it felt very strange. It felt very strange because I've never really had public exposure before, never
Mm,
in my life.
mm, mm.
And I felt like I was stepping into this play, I was stepping into this play and I was just observing it and just like, wow, this is amazing. Just
Yeah.
observing that play,
Beautiful. Like, yeah,
and
you
it was
you
the
you
whole
you you
thing,
you de you definitely enjoyed the show, right?
Oh, I enjoyed the show, but I understood that it was just a show, 2 days and then it's over.
Okay,
Yeah.
but well, not necessarily, sweetheart, not necessarily. It must
no,
not be over. You don't know. The people are
No,
watching
you
this,
don't.
maybe having ideas, and the thing goes
Yeah.
on. You never know.
Yeah.
You never know.
I
And
never know. No.
but it's
No.
beautiful. But then simply here, sweethearts, do you have a little bit more time to go into a second part? We must not
Yeah.
go through, because the story actually continues. And this is now
Uh-huh.
the story, like you had 2 auditions. It's amazing that you're in a way so beautifully going there. And because it's new, as you said, you're
Uh-huh.
exposed to, I mean, it's crazy, it's exciting. And
Oh yeah, yeah. And it's yeah, and I mean, what can I say? I mean, I enjoyed it, but like as a witness, like
yeah.
as a witness.
So
Me
like
sentí
the
un
like the
testigo.
untouchable witness.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it thoroughly. I enjoyed it totally. I
Totally.
mean, it was just
And
like
so the one
stepping
thing,
into.
the one thing I want to go now into the second part is that Kai
Uh,
was in a way wondering, but he already had an answer to this. Why don't they show the most beautiful movie I did, like from his perspective?
yeah,
Because he
yeah.
had one he loved very much, so to say. But
wow.
they did not show it. So, and we continue in part 2, sweethearts.
Wow, I'm anxious.